I got dressed up and everything.
Like
my hair done, everything.
He was looking like a snake.
A snake?
A meal.
Wow, that's crazy.
A buffet.
I've never heard that. A buffet? Am I that big?
Just completely edible.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey guys, whoa, it's been mad
too long. We're so sorry. We're so sorry.
I'm not sorry. Honestly, I'm not sorry because I'm not though, because honestly, we're not like professional YouTubers, although one day it would be great, but we got jobs and it takes a long time to edit these videos and to film.
Yeah. You really have to be inspired. And honestly, if it's not authentic, then it's, where we're going to be recording just because it's not going to feel real.
Yeah, so we don't really want to force anything. And within this video, you'll see why we haven't been filming.
My shirt looking all crazy. Nah, I'm sorry. Continue.
Because we've been kind of busy.
We've been real busy. You're
really going to get dressed on camera?
Not dressed, I'm just buttoning it up.
Anyway, welcome to Move On Faith Part
3. I'm sorry. I thought we were on 4.
It's three. It's three. Yeah. It has been a while, and
a very long time.
It has. I think we left off in New Year's.
New Year's of last year.
Yeah.
And now we're literally at the end of 2017.
Yeah. But you'll see why. Since we have done our last video, he came out with a EP.
The Valley. The Valley.
The Valley EP.
It's everywhere. iTunes, Spotify, Tidal. All digital outlets available. You can get it anywhere. And we'll put the link at the bottom. We'll do our thing. Our thing is naive.
So we're gonna pick up from not where we left off New Year's, but halfway through the year in June. The first 6 months of 2017 was kind of uncomfortable for us because we started entering this transition phase and being very blind to what's next. Mm-hmm. And it was just a time of lots of fasting, lots of praying, lots of stress, let's be real, lots of anxiety, ups and downs in just our faith. And, all the while God was setting us up because, even when we're faithless, He's faithful.
We were literally in the valley.
Yeah, we were in the valley, no pun intended. Pun intended. Plug. So yeah, that's why you kind of don't see anything from January 2017 to June 2017. That really was just a season of, all right, God, you got us out here, now what? Mm-hmm. We done did this huge leap of faith. You didn't have us do a leap of faith for nothing.
Yeah. In those moments, we learned a lot of faith, a lot of trusting God. Times where we've doubted, and God had to remind us of what it is that we were called to do out here. In those times, you're not thinking about a YouTube channel. You're not thinking of anything else but like, okay, we need to get things, we need to get things moving. God, what's going on? So yeah. Yeah.
So let's pick up with some footage that we had from June 2017.
Just for you. I'm excited.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up? Hopefully you guys can hear us. We're using a splitter, so if our microphones aren't working, then you're probably just looking at us mouth moving with no sound. And recently we actually had a lot of car trouble. And for the last month and a half, we have been taking public transportation.
The reason why that means so much to us is he's been getting a lot of gigs, like at least 1 gig a week, sometimes 2 gigs a week. Mm-hmm. And because we live like very deep in the valley, we've had to, bus it to everywhere, and it's like a 3-hour freaking bus ride when it's a 20-minute drive. Yeah. It's just been draining, Absolutely. We've been doing what we got to do because, the grind is real. We got to do it. Yeah. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot.
I personally believe that when you put yourself out there, again, we're doing Move in Faith, and a lot of what we're doing is God glorifying, and we are striving to be great examples. You're always going to get opposition, whether physical, spiritual, mental, whatever the case may be. And I think that this was one thing to try to derail us, and moments of, tired, stressed, but this is what the life came with, what it comes with. When you're living on purpose, you have an enemy. And not to get super spiritual, but things have happened, and we are grateful for it because we have learned a lot of just trusting God. Like, this whole journey is about trusting God. So if everything was going good, there's really nothing to trust God for.
So today we sold the car.
Yeah.
The car that was
Given to us.
Given to us was a huge blessing. Served that season very well.
Yes.
But after a lot of thoughts, prayers, just really thinking about it, we decided to sell the car, which we did.
Yeah.
And we are currently saving up to purchase a better one. We're believing in faith for that to fall into place. We're believing in faith that once this lease is up, we can move to a different neighborhood that's a little bit more diverse and a little bit closer to the entertainment area, because as he becomes more public with his gift, asked to do a lot of gigs, and I'm like taking classes and trying to be in the midst of other artists. We just have to be a little bit closer so that we're not spending 50% of our day commuting.
Yeah.
Which is what we're doing right now. I feel like the intro season to California is coming to an end, and we're transitioning into a new one. God has been amazing this whole time.
So God is showing us that he's not done, and he's not going to leave us out here.
Right.
If he told us to come out here. So
right.
In this moment, it's definitely uplifting to know that although things are hard, we're not by ourselves.
Right. So we're like in this transition, awkward, busing it everywhere. We literally just came back from a show at my job. We have to push ourselves to be social sometimes because it's just
it's hard sometimes.
Especially
we're tired.
Without a car.
We're tired.
We've missed out on like celebrations. We've missed out on outings because it's just, we're so deep in the valley. The buses out here, like I said in my last video, it's not that great. So
literally, when I tell you, having that car break down on us had to be one of the worst. It was like the timing was terrible.
And it was so confusing, too.
It was, yeah.
Like, God, you blessed us with this car. Why is it breaking down?
Yeah. I was putting myself out there to sing and just to kind of share what I had to the LA community, and taking 4-hour trips to get there and then 4 hours back. It was just tiring. It was very tiring, like almost to the point where I actually didn't want to do anything. Events start at 9:00 at night. That means that we have to leave 2 hours, 4 hours before the event starts, get on the bus, be at the event, and then get home. And we're home at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I have to get up at 4 to get to work. It was just a lot. And I'm gonna be very honest, it was one of those things like, God, like, I don't want to do anything. Like, if you called us out here for us to take the bus, like, why do this?
Yeah, it was very much so that give up feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it was somewhat of God humbling us.
Yeah.
Because once we got the car, it was kind of like, oh, we got a car now, it's lit. Like, oh, we could drive places. Oh, we can hang out, we could chill, we could. And not to say that we were just obnoxious like that, because we weren't. But we had our moments when it was just like, yo, we got it.
We could drive around.
We could drive around.
That car, particularly like for that season, like served its purpose. And I think it was purpose that we had to be on the bus and the train station, because it fed to the narrative of like hitting a low moment. I think in every great story, when you hit rock bottom, you can only go up from there.
In the moment, reflecting, we see the bigger picture now. But in that moment, it felt more so like we were rewinding.
Yeah.
And it caused a lot of anxiety on my end, because I really felt like we were not progressing. We were just walking backwards. So it's just like, that's how I felt in the moment. But, you know, the accountability that we have with each other and just balancing each other out and praying for each other with each other and encouraging each other.
Her having to push me or to remind me, like, listen, this is what we're supposed to do. This in this season, I know we're on the bus, but we have to go out.
We sold the car. It really was just us, like, taking our hands off of everything. That's kind of like what it was when we sold it. And we didn't even take the money for ourselds. We took the money and gave it to the woman who blessed us.
It was just
so
like, okay.
we really had to, like, start from scratch and saving up and waiting for a blessing to really occur. Guys.
What up, though?
So if you can't tell, our background looks a bit different, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We got a new car today.
Yes.
It was literally like a godsend. And we don't say that just because, they're just so over spiritual and blah, 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 blah. Like, nah, legit, it's a great car. It was well maintained, well taken care of. Very tiny little work that needs to be done, reliable, and we're just so excited. This is the first time this guy has driven on a highway in a long time.
2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. Yeah, it has been 2 months. He placed people in our lives that bless us beyond bless us to help us with this. We are just so grateful.
We're off to Trader Joe's.
We have to meal prep.
But we're not holding
driving.
bags.
We're not on the bus with groceries. We're not. God is good. God is really good.
Thank you, Lord.
We're very excited. So getting this car was kind of like deja vu because we got the car the first time around and it was just like, it's such a relief. This time around, we sold it 1 week. Literally the next week, we were blessed with the car. Within that week, I felt like it was literally just us submitting to God and just like us trying to stop fixing it. Because for a while, we were trying to fix the car.
Yeah.
And it was taking more money to fix it than it would be to buy a new one.
Putting way too much money.
And it was dipping into our budget. And we were like, yo, God, please provide. And of course, you would provide. But it was still like, we just took our hands off of it. Rather than us trying to fix the problem. God, you got this. And he showed out. So within that week, we got a blessing from We Will Keep Anonymous.
And it was just so timely. The scripture said, like, the birds of the air, they go without, food, like wanting food because they're taken care of. And we are counted greater than them. Like God definitely has us in mind when he throws us out into the wilderness. Like, he's not going to leave us out here high and dry. He's going to allow us to learn stuff within this time period, but he's also going to provide. And this was one of those, like, you gotta be kidding me.
We didn't ask. Like, it was crazy. This person sent a blessing. Little did this person know that covered the cost.
Everything
of the car we bought.
We were looking at,
exact dollar amount.
It was,
exact dollar amount.
It's all self-explanatory. We don't even have to touch it anymore.
You've been with us. Move on Faith Part 1, Part 2. You already know. Like,
we can end the video
this
right
is
here.
all God.
Bye, guys. Like, God moves, God works. Peace.
Exact dollar amount. I was just like, within that week. And I felt like God was just waiting for us to take our hands off of it. God was just waiting for us to stop trying to fix it by ourselves. Just in case we were just going to be like, we fixed this. Like, he wants his glory.
Yeah.
Like, he wants all of the glory. Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Exact dollar amount. Like, this is before we even found the car.
Yeah.
This all happened in 7 days.
What's crazy about even in that season is that God also sent another couple into our lives to, again, they just poured out to us. They continue to encourage us, whether through the monetary gifts or just encouragement. God really put people in our lives to encourage us.
Yeah, it really took a village. I don't even know if that's applicable, but it really took, like, God really put us on multiple people's hearts. That one donation, exact dollar amount, and then other blessings that just the little things, the ends that we didn't know that we needed to meet after.
Yeah.
It was just all covered. Mm-hmm. Like, nothing was taken out of our pockets.
Yeah. Shout out to those people.
Yes.
We're not going to disclose their name because we don't want nobody hitting them up. Nobody trying to like, hey, so No, we really appreciate those people who have just extended themselves
and obeyed God in it. You know, God can put somebody in somebody's heart and be like, yo, send this person this amount of money. And they could be selfish and just be like, nah, I want to buy a new purse. Yeah. Or, like, I need that money for myself, God, I don't trust that. Yeah. Like, no, thank you to those who helped us in those 7 days. These 3 people who submitted themselves to God, trusted God, and just, we didn't even have to, like, we did not have to ask. Like, God just did it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's continue. Hey guys, I am on my lunch break at work. I just wanted to check in. We have been horrible with keeping up with these vlogs with our move on faith, but God has really been working like crazy. We have been put in various predicaments where financially we just need an increase. God has really provided. Our lease is up in September and we are really looking forward to moving because we are not very comfortable where we are, and God is really pushing us out of the apartment. We get answers to a bunch of questions like, God, why here? Why now? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? And as the months keep passing, we get revelation from him as to why. And where we are now was perfect for when we first got here, but now we're transitioning. Kadeem just had his second interview for like a dream job. They said that they'd get back to him next week, and next week is his birthday, and next week on his birthday he's releasing his EP called The Valley. So it's kind of like, God, I just pray that next week is a week of just celebration. So yeah, that's just a little update. Hey guys, it is July 20th 2017 and I am at work trying to not look weird recording myself in my office. Just wanted to check in. We are still waiting to hear back from the job we're praying Kadeem gets, and it's getting toward the end of the week and he's becoming really anxious. Tomorrow's his birthday, tomorrow he's releasing music, and he's just a little stressed out right now. So I'm trying my best to do my part in all of it. But I'm just really praying for a phone call today. I would love for it to come today, God please, or tomorrow. But that we know, that it's just not up in the air, that it's just like, just call us, let us know what's going on. So we'll see, guys. Hey guys, Monday, I'm home looking a hot mess. Still waiting to hear back from the job, and I'm just thinking about the fact that it seems like we haven't progressed over the last couple months, and it seems like we're in the same spot we've been in for months, and I just want to grow and move past this. And and of course this is just me just thinking about all the negative stuff and not the positive stuff, like the ways that we have grown and the ways that we have moved forward in God's will, when physically we haven't. We're still in the same apartment that we don't like, and our lease is almost up, so we're looking forward to that. But we're waiting to hear back from the job to see what area we should move into, so that's on hold until we hear back from the job. Then it's just stressful. But it's like I have these moments and it kills me, it's just like, God please, we just want to know something. Like, we're taking the step And of course, we don't see the next step, but we're taking it in faith. And sometimes it gets scary because it's like, we could take the step and just fall if he doesn't provide the platform, you know? And then you stop and think of all the times in the past where it's just like, he never fails us, so why are we scared? You know, why are we this? Why are we that? You know, financially, we're just like, all right, God, we just want to upgrade. Like, we're doing everything we can. Like, God, please just step in. And we know he is. It just gets frustrating. Still waiting to hear back. Still waiting to hear back.
The reality is, I did not get the job, right? And at the time, it wasn't all that disappointing because in the back of my head, I kept feeling this, this job isn't for you. And in all reality, the real reason why I was applying for this job and every other job that I was applying for was for financial increase. You know, we were looking to move, we had to move, and we knew that where we needed to go, the towns that we were looking at, the rent would be higher, and our income just wasn't going to cut it for rent and the other bills that we incurred. So a lot of it was just the fear of, how are we going to make this happen? But what's crazy about that is 3 months prior, we were praying and fasting in regards to the will of God and the purpose of God. And God gave us a system by which we would fulfill his complete will. Once we got that system, I still went to apply for jobs for financial increase, and it would be a conflict with what God told me and the jobs that I was applying for. But I was just fearful, like, okay, God, I see the system, but I also see these finances, and we need a job that's gonna take care of that. Neglecting the fact that God will provide us a system that will take care of those things. So again, being denied from that job, that was crazy that they gave me the denial casually, like, oh yeah, you didn't get the job.
Like you see, we waited weeks. Like, they told us the week of his birthday that they would, and then the next week it was just like nothing.
I had to call them, and they, we forgot to call you.
The way they had our emotions up in the bunch, like,
yeah,
this is a job you're talking about. You forgot to call him.
Yeah.
After 2 interviews.
Yeah. It just confirmed what I was already feeling. Like, you know what? We just got to do what God told us. And not worry about the finances. If God is like, move into a new apartment, he's going to take care of it. Sometimes I learn the hard way. Like, I do stupid stuff. Like, we sometimes, have to learn the hard way. And God doesn't intend for us to learn the hard way, but because we're hard-headed or we want our own, we want to do it our own way, it conflicts. And sometimes you waste time doing it. Like,
waste so much
that
time.
Was weeks of us just like on edge.
Like, and it really is just an example of God told us, you want financial increase, you want to do my will, here's the system, blah, blah, blah. When I say God gave me an individual system, gave him an individual system, intertwining our careers, intertwining our passions, intertwining his will, like, systems, like 1, do this, 2, do this, 3, do this. And some of it didn't make sense, but it was plain and simple. And then we tried to take it in our own hands. And just so y'all know, midway through the video encouragement, if God tells you what to do, stick to that. Don't try and take it into your own hands and do something else. It's not gonna work.
Yeah. Even if it seems like it's the right thing to do.
Even if it seems perfect with a bow on it, which is exactly what this position was like, it will not work. And if it works in the moment, it's gonna fail in a couple weeks, in a couple months. It's gonna be temporary. Like, it's not gonna work. So just stick to what God tells you to do.
Yeah. I went to work, and you packing because we're getting ready to move. We don't know where to, but we're gonna move.
So this is crazy because in the acceptance that we didn't get the job and just the reality that our lease is about to end in September. This is July. God told us that we're going to be moving. And it was kind of like bittersweet because we really did not like the apartment that we ended up in after a couple months. Like when we first got it, it was just like, oh, this is our first apartment. Cool. That's cute. Adulting. You know, like it was like, oh, we could decorate it ourselves.
So you make it look nice.
Right. But in all reality, it served its season well. And God just started pushing us out of the apartment. Like, so we were like, all right, let's pray about this. And then he told us to pack. And we were just like...
But where are we going?
We don't know. Like, we can't find an apartment. What? Like, we gave ourselves a budget, which is relatively the same rent area that we were in.
And there was nothing.
And we were like, God, come on.
How's this going to work?
Why are we packing? Just pack. And it was
Are we
just
going
like...
back to New York? No.
No, but it was just one of those pack in faith. I'll do the rest. Just pack, because you got to be ready. So we started packing.
Absolutely.
Started packing in July. And I remember August, we went home for a week for weddings, spending time with family, summer vacation.
It was really fun.
It was a really, really fun week.
But in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, okay.
Literally in the back of my mind, it's like, we're returning home.
This is fun, but we have to leave.
No, literally, this was the end of August. In my head, I'm like, we're returning home to an apartment full of boxes, and we still don't have an apartment to move into. We returned back from New York the last week of August. This was our first wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Still no apartment. Our lease is up in September. So we knew we had all of September to be out. End of August, we still don't have an apartment. So I'm like, I sit down one day and I'm like, all right, let's up the budget. If we're going to have full faith in God, he's going to cover us, right?
How?
So I made a budget and I upped the budget. $200. A lot of $100.
Yeah.
And we started finding apartments in that price range. So I went on my Excel, made a budget, and I was like,
so
you know what?
that.
You know what? If we move into this apartment with this amount of rent, we'll have $10 left over after all bills are paid. Right? And I was just like, we can do that.
No, because even then I was like...
No, but in my head, I was just like, I'm telling you.
She was saying...
We can do that.
We can do that
$10
in my head.
We don't need to go nowhere. We don't need to do nothing.
In my head,
all of our bills are covered, he's going to provide us for what we need, right? So $10 is nothing. All right, we're not going to need nothing.
We were still looking for jobs.
Right.
In the process. We were like, you know what? If we move and we still going to
And it was still like that faith thing. It was still like that... Yeah. All right, cool. It was like, okay, $10 left over. You know what? Let's just go for it. Let's just visit an apartment. Let's just visit one. So, randomly one day after work, I called. The first apartment I called, nobody was in the office. So the second one I called, the lady is like, oh yeah, there's a padlock on the door. Here's the code. You can go and you can see the apartment. It is available. So we walked into the apartment and instantly fell in love. And we was just like, oh, this is nice. Like, whoa, this is nice. It's lighter. It's like the location is perfect. Well, we're walking around like, ooh, like we were in heaven. In heaven.
And I honestly knew upon stepping in and just like looking around, I was like, this is it.
Like,
this is a
major upgrade. If you haven't been able to tell, it's the apartment that we ended up moving
that
into.
We're in.
But it was literally the first one we saw. It was like he said, he knew. I was the one that was just like, it's the first apartment we're seeing. Are you sure this apartment is where God wants us to be? There are a million other apartments we can see in the same price, like with the same price.
Stopped and we sat in the middle of the apartment.
Literally.
And we prayed.
Around all the boxes, we sat, we prayed. We looked at each other. We got some tacos from the taco truck. We said,
we're going to move.
All right. They accepted us. And when I say God worked. They lowered the deposit for us without us even asking.
They worked with us.
It was just like,
This apartment is God sent. Can you please tell them your transportation? Or your...
So back where we were before, we can say it now. We lived in a town called Selmar, which which is very much north of LA. It's like in the San Fernando Valley, up. Not as far north that we can go, but it was where we needed to go. It was far up. It took me 2.5 hours to get to work. The amount of my commute to and fro was more than the amount of hours I was working.
Yep.
Now, I get to work in 25 minutes.
Whew.
Like on the bus and train.
Boom.
I could walk to the train.
Boom.
25 minutes. It's the same commute for him on driving, so it wasn't anything crazy. But he still gets to work in like 25 minutes because he starts at 6 a.m. So there's nobody on the road. But yeah, so
just perfect. Honestly.
Anyway, let's rewind. Here we are getting ready for it. Hey guys. I'm like leaning over right now because I'm in a lot of pain. We are in a few hours gonna go and sign a lease for a new apartment. And I'm like super excited but super nervous at the same time. It's like I feel exactly how I felt last September. So we moved into this apartment last September from New York. Here we are with another move on for this season. We're moving into another apartment. The great thing is that it's closer to life. It's in an area that's a lot closer to where we want to be and where we need to be. We're trusting God. We've been praying. I've been fasting like a lot to just make sure, like, God, this is another move on faith. Like that same nervous feeling and the uncertainty at times, and then the down, and then the confidence, and then the down, and the confidence, and that whole whirlwind of a roller coaster. Faith over feelings, faith over feelings, faith over feelings is all I've been like telling myself right now. Like, we move in next week. That should be fun with the fact that I can barely walk. So God bless my husband. And Lord, please help me so I can do something.
Hey guys.
So today is September 14th, 2017.
Yep.
And if you have been keeping up with us on our Move on Faith vlogs, paying attention to the dates, you'll know that September 14th of 2016, we signed a lease to our first apartment out here in LA.
Absolutely.
Well, 1 year later, September 14th, 2017, we signed our lease to our second apartment. This was not planned to happen on the same day. It just so happened that it worked out that way with the availability, and we'll be leaving our first apartment and going into our second apartment.
Peace!
And we're so excited, guys.
Hey, it is Saturday morning at 8 o'clock.
We've been up for a few hours just doing some last minute packing up. Today is moving day.
Yeah, it is.
So we are on our way to just get some ice for our refrigerator contents. And I'm
glad
pretty
it's
excited.
not cold this morning. I mean, I'm glad it's not like extremely hot this morning.
Yeah.
So
we'll be going to get the truck soon, and then it's go time.
Absolutely. Hey
guys, what's up?
What's up?
So the past week has been just such a
whirlwind.
Yeah, it's like an amazing whirlwind though. Not sure if you can tell, but our background is just a little brighter than usual.
Yeah.
We are finally in our new apartment.
Yes, we are.
We've had the keys for a week now. Yeah, we've been here.
It's been a week because we moved in last week.
It's been a great whirlwind. Quick story. Last Saturday was moving day. To transfer all of our food, knowing that we have to unplug our fridge, defrost it, put it in the truck, bring it into the new apartment, let it settle a bit, turn it back on, let it cool up, and then put the food in. It's a bit of a process. You know, we've just been filling up a bin with ice and putting all our stuff in there. I mean, frozen meat, food, all of that.
Milk,
eggs in a bin. Sunday, we plug it up.
And it's just blowing hot air.
We're just like, wait.
Hey, maybe the chemicals have to settle, maybe.
Yeah, maybe let's just unplug it, let it sit for another 24 hours. So we did. And then we plugged it back in, and then let that sit for a good 12 hours.
Nothing.
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 Mind you, this whole time our food is in a bin with ice. Not even a cooler. By the time Wednesday came around, we were just like, okay, this thing isn't working. What are we going to do? Mm-hmm. We reached out to our pastor to get a cooler. Mm-hmm. So we put it all in a cooler, and my godfather happened to be in town for work. Lives in Queens and came out to California for work. So he, hit me up to just check up, how's everything going with the move, and I'm in town, so let's meet up. I'm like, yeah, so everything is cool. Our fridge is just acting up. Just mentioned it. Didn't think anything of it.
And you originally wasn't going to tell him.
Yeah, originally I wasn't going to say anything. But then I ended up rewriting the text to just put it in because I just wanted to be fully honest. I wasn't going to be like, oh, yeah, everything's great when we're low-key worried because we don't know what we're about to do with this fridge. Knowing when you move into a new place, there's a deposit you got to put down and all of this. Like, we're running thin only because we had to put down a huge chunk of a deposit, Mm-hmm. And we're just like, okay, we're looking for used ones online. All of them have an issue. We're like, okay, no, we can't. So we're really just like, okay, God, please provide. A couple hours later, he responds. He basically lets us know that at his job, they're getting rid of a fridge that works perfectly. I was like, wait, what? It was like, yeah, we can just give it to you guys. My treat. What? I was like,
yeah.
Yo, God is hilarious. Out of all weeks, this is the week that he's working in California, right?
And he's showing, yeah.
Getting rid of a fridge, right? Just so happened our fridge stopped working and...
Out of nowhere.
Yeah. What? Why are they giving away a fridge? Like, what? Like, it's crazy. So, we were able to take the old fridge out that wasn't working today. Shout out to Mike who came through to help us also.
Mike B.
To bring up this new fridge. And we can finally open up a cold fridge. It's actually nicer than the one that we had before.
It actually fits the decor.
It fits. It's in our color scheme. It's the perfect fit. It's a blessing. Yeah. And it's kind of like deja vu because I remember when we first, like a year ago, moved to California, we were so hyped when we got a fridge. Like, here we are again.
Yeah.
We got a fridge. This time we have to pay for it.
For real. It's just testament to, like, God is working on our behalf even when we don't know it. And if he's going to send us somewhere, he's going to make sure that we are taken care of to get that job done. So, as simple as a fridge, like, it makes all the difference, and it has boosted our faith because of it.
Yeah, I'm glad we made the right decision to just pray about it and ask, like, God, please provide, rather than just throw money places. Because in all reality, we can buy a new fridge. We have means to buy a new fridge, but it wouldn't be smart financially. In this transition season, it just wouldn't be smart to make such a huge purchase like that. So glad that we, instead of just spending heavy and going and buying and doing things that would bite us in the behind in the long run, we really just stopped, prayed, like, God, please, you just need to provide, like, please provide. Like, before, I was laying hands on the fridge every morning before going to work.
Yo, same here.
Like, on the old fridge, like, laying hands, like, God, please turn this thing on. Please blow this cold liquids, air. Yeah. Please, and it wasn't working, and I was just like, I'm looking at these fridge prices, and I'm just like, I really do not think this is a good idea to spend this much money right now. Like, it's just not smart. And really just prayed, and boom. Oh, yeah, we have a fridge we can give to y'all. And it's practically new.
Yeah.
Man, God is good. Definitely an upgrade. We got everything we need. I'm just at peace knowing that God really looks out for us when we're in his will.
Yeah.
Because we could have stayed in the old apartment.
And try to save money, but
But, I mean, you just gotta keep on going.
Keep the faith. No? Sorry. No, that was a perfect segue.
Oh. Hey guys. I'm here looking like who shot John?
Who's John?
I am relishing in this new space. Last time we checked in, it was about a month ago. We had just moved in. Now we are fully unpacked. We are, I'm kind of sitting at my desk and he's over there in the middle of like creating music. I'm just like in awe right now that I'm sitting at my own desk and he's sitting at his own desk and we have so much space. Just a quick update testimony wise. As I briefly mentioned before, it's just a tad bit more expensive than our last place. And one thing that we really prayed and asked God for was, all right, God, if this is in your will, you know, you've confirmed this to us. This is another move on faith that we are making. Please provide. Please provide more income so that we can still comfortably live beneath our means. And what's crazy is that as soon as we stepped foot into this apartment, like as soon as we moved our stuff in and spent our first night, out of nowhere, like we've been given opportunities to make more money. And I know it's not out of nowhere, but it's like I was offered more hours at my job. It's still going on now. And Kadeem got hit-ups from people he spoke to months prior about music and sessions, and he's been in sessions ever since, making money. And it's just like a testament to when you take that leap of faith. Before you take the leap of faith, you may not have the means to uplift yourself, and I'm talking about financially, to uphold yourself, I should say, but God will provide after you take the leap of faith. So it's not a matter of, all right, let me save up just to make sure that I'll be good with this new place. No. God doesn't do that sometimes. Sometimes God is like, I need to know that you trust me, that you're going to take the leap of faith. And then once you do take the leap of faith, he's just like, all right, cool, here you go. You trusted me. Good job. Keep doing so. And it's like, wow. So literally the past month has been nonstop. Like me work, him work, like bringing in that extra money. It's been consistent. It's been amazing. It's been working with great people. It's been giving us opportunities to socialize more, you know, because we are in a better neighborhood than we were in before. So we've had opportunities to meet new people, fellowship with new people. It's just been amazing. So hey sexy baby. Like your flu.
That's her go-to song.
I don't know why, but yeah, just an update. And the Nichols are on the up and up. Just stay tuned.
Yeah, and love lives here. And there we have it. We are at the present day.
It's crazy. Like, we are almost 100% moved in. Mm-hmm. The only thing missing now is just our walls. We gotta put our, as you can see, they're like blank walls. That's the last thing we gotta do. But we are fully comfortable, moved into this place. It's just looking back on the videos, it's just like, yo, from the fridge situation, like he just happened to be in California that week, to just the whole financial setup.
Yeah.
Going back to why Kadeem was applying for jobs, why I was applying for jobs, even so, you know, why that didn't fall through. Like, God said what he said and meant what he said. I'm gonna provide for you. This is the system. Stick to the system, and I got the rest.
He is taking care of us.
As soon as we moved in, mad jobs. Like, when I say jobs, I mean creative, like musical, creative, jobs. All things that he wants to do. And I think about it like, yes, that job that you didn't get seemed like his name was all over it. But I can't see this guy sitting at a desk from 9 to 5. Even if it's music related. Yeah. He wants to create 24/7. You know, the goal is for us to be able to quit our jobs so that we can create and do what we love full time. And I feel like God is kind of setting you up for that, you know? And even me, he's setting us up for that. And we just have to take that extra leap He's just like, okay, cool. So y'all believe me again. Y'all have faith.
Yeah.
Cool. So here, it's just handing out gigs, handing out
opportunities.
I'm just like blown.
On top of that, we have the space to accommodate.
Such
Here we have the
space.
utilities and the
It's not uncomfortable, you know?
It's central air, we comfortable.
That was a big
chilling.
thing. There's a lot of things, and once we moved in, they're like, oh yeah, you have a storage unit that's included. And we're just like...
Which gave us more space.
When I say I'm blown, that's Move on Faith Part 3. I know it's kind of long. We didn't want to split it up into
Parts.
3 and 4.
We wanted to get you guys to the present day so that we can move forward and keep you guys so updated with what we got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our next video is going to be a special episode of this Move on Faith series featuring our dear friend Anna Rodriguez. And, she is such a strong woman of faith. I could not have her on the series. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I just like it. The testimony is amazing. So you will be hearing from her. Tune in for Move on Faith Part 4 special episode. Comment below if you have any questions. We want to hear feedback from you guys, and we hope that you're encouraged.
Like, subscribe, and stay tuned with us. We're both on Instagram. We're sharing everything, so follow us on social media. We're all over the place. We thank you guys for joining with us today. Seriously, we appreciate each and every person that clicks the view button, that plays these videos, because again, we want to share so that we can be a testimony to you, to encourage you to just move on faith, literally to move in the authority. Do not be afraid to step out onto the water, because God has told you what. And
don't forget to get the Valley EP.
Valley EP is out now. Go get it.
Everywhere.
Please.
Everywhere. Love you guys.
Absolutely. Till next time. That's good.